Hey everyone, this is Ram here, and today we are going to create this interesting web page. It's about ice cream shop, kind of, and I hope that you guys will learn some new and interesting things. I have made it by using Bootstrap. Let me show you. It has a logo to nav items or nav links. Then we do have the social icons slider with some kind of text overlay, and the slider is working. I made it by using Bootstrap. This is the about us section, and here it has a growing icon. Then this is the flavor section. I know that these titles are not so meaningful, but it will help you to learn the new things. When I hover over it, the button has a radial effect, and if you guys notice this card I've made it by using Bootstrap cards. So when I hover over it, it has a curl, and you guys can notice a curl. It gives a nice look to me, and this is the radial effect within the button. Then here we have a client section. This time I have changed it a bit, and then this is the last section, a booking section or a reservation section. So here we can go with it has some options and with persons and time. So this is what we are going to create today, and I'm sure that you will learn something new and it will help you in your learning process. It's a responsive project. The hamburger menu is here, and then the about us section, and then I do have everything stacked on each other. It's looking nice on top of everything. All the cards are stacked on top of other, so it is not looking bad. I've noticed something right now. Yep, but we can improve it, no problem. So you guys can see that it is responsive. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm using VS Code Editor, as many of you know about it, and if you are new here, then go ahead. If you want to start working, then you can use VS Code Editor, or whatever code editor you have, you can go with that. Now I've already created a folder. The folder is ice project, and inside that I have images folder. This time I'm using the images from Pixabay. It's a free, you can get free or royalty free images from here. Thank you to the photographers of Pixabay. I've got all the pictures from here from Pixabay. And then now I'm going to create a file within this folder. The file is going to be index.html. In the second file, I want to go with main.css. I'm using Emmet extension. So I'm using a Bootstrap starter template extension here. So for that, I have installed Emmet and this Bootstrap extension, so B4, and when I press enter, I can get the template, the basic template of Bootstrap. For you guys, if you are not using this VS Code Editor, I don't have any idea about any other code editor. Maybe they do have this kind of extensions. You can search according to your code editor. But what I'm going to tell you that if you are not using this VS Code, then you can go to the getbootstrap.com website. In the document section, click here and scroll down. Here is a starter template. Just copy the code and paste it in your editor, okay, in your index.html page. First of all, I would like to change the title, so I just want to name it ice cream. And now I want to link my style sheet with this, related to style sheet. And then I want to have a href. This is going to be main.css. Then I am going to use font awesome icons, because here, if you can see, I've achieved this logo by using font awesome icons, these social icons, and here same that icon I've got from font awesome icon. So for that, I'm just looking at if I've used icons anywhere else, so I don't think so. But for the icons, I am using the font awesome icons. Good news is that soon they're going to launch the version 6, but right now we have a version 5. And you just have to mention your email address and then follow the instruction by getting an email from them. I've already got my code. You can download it also, but I'm using the CDN. So for that, I'm just going to copy this. I want to paste it within in the head section of my index.html. And then I want to go with Google Fonts. And for that, here in Google Fonts, I should go with, I want to monster it. Let me check. Yep. So click over the icon, this Montserrat font. Then here I want to select this medium 500. Select this one, and I want to go with the bold 700. So select this one. Then here in the embed section, get this code, copy it from here and paste it within the head section of your index.html or your main page. So here we go. We have done with all the necessary things. Now what we have to do next, later we need this code in our CSS, so just leave it like this. This is for the images, pixabay.com. I'm going to close it. Now I want to close this font awesome icon and the Bootstrap also. I just have the Google font, and then I do have my project here. So let's move on and start writing the code. First of all, in the body section, I need some room, so it's enough. And then I want to start writing the code. First of all, let me go with the comments. It should be navbar, end of navbar. Oops. Okay. Now I want to go with the nav element, and the class I want to assign it navbar expand. It's a Bootstrap class. Navbar expand, MD is medium, and then navbar light for the text, and then BG. I'm going to use this BG color class in CSS, and then fixed top. It's a Bootstrap class. So this fixed top is going to fix our navbar at the top, right? Let me show you that. It's going to fix it on top, and how when I scroll the scroll bar or the page, then you guys can see that there is a fixed nav bar. So it is fixed here, okay, on top. So that's why I'm using it's a Bootstrap class, fixed top. Now the next one is a link, href, and let it be like this. I want to have a class here, and this class is going to be navbar brand. Again, it's a Bootstrap class, and this brand is here. You guys, if you are a regular subscriber, regular follower of mine, then you know that it is for the logo or the title of the website. In my previous projects, I don't think that in one of my projects, yeah, I have used the icon or logo as I'm using here, and in some of my projects I just mentioned the name here, so just a text. Okay, so here I'm using this navbar brand is for logo or the name of your website. It is for that purpose. So it's a Bootstrap class, and then let's have a font awesome icon. So class and FES FE ice cream, and I want it to be bigger than its actual size. So for that, I'm just saying FA2X. I want it to bigger twice. I want it to be twice than its actual size. And then here, let's go with the button element. The type of this is button, and I want to have a class of nav bar toggler. Remember when I've shown you the responsiveness, the hamburger menu? So this navbar toggler is going to be that one, and BG light means background light. And then I want to use, it's a JavaScript class, Bootstrap class, and now I'm going to use a data toggle. So I'm using it in all of my projects, so I think it is, I don't need to explain it more, but just for your convenience, or if you guys didn't understand anything. And let me tell you that if you guys need the code, do let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel also. So here I want to say collapse, and then data target. Here I'm saying nav. Okay, the ID is nav. And then within this button, let's have a span element and assign it a class of nav bar toggler icon. And then the span element is closed. Let me bring it in the middle of the screen. Okay. Then after this button, I want to go with a div, assigning it a class of collapse navbar. When we click on it, the navbar collapse, and it's going to show us the menu. So collapse, and then I just want to see justify content between, and then I want to go with the ID. Let me break it. And ID, I'm going to use nav. Remember, I have used this data target, and here I've used the ID. So this same ID, this nav ID, I'm going to use here. So it is going to be nav. And within this, oops. Okay, let's have some room here. And within this, now I want to go with the unordered list and assigning it a class of nav, again a Bootstrap class, and list item. I want to have a class of, this class is going to be nav item. Anchor tag, and I just want to say that each ref is going to be nothing. Right now I'm not using, I think we can use home or about us or whatever you guys want to go with. So I'm not writing anything here, and then I want to assign it a class of nav link, and then text light, text uppercase, font weight bold. Let me break it into parts. It would be easy for you to see. Okay, font weight bold, not faint. And then padding from left and right is, or from x-axis, is going to be 3. and then I want to give it a title of home. Okay, so let me copy and paste it for several times. This link, this list item. So I'll just copy it. This is for about. This one is for flavors, and then reservation. So this should be about and flavors, and then it is going to be reservation. Yep, reservation. Okay, let's save it, and let me use my live server. I think that you cannot see anything because, yep, only the icon, and the other items, they are in the background was light, so they are in white. Okay, so we have to work on this thing, but the icon, you guys can see the icon. Now we have to, what we have to do next, the next thing is about the social icons. We had the social icons in our project. Let me show you. Okay, so we are going to use this for social icons. For this, I'm going to put it here, and then, okay, it will be easier for you. Now, in this section, I want to write division. I want to have a division and a class of nav icons, margin left 3. So within this, an anchor tag, href, nothing, and I'm stuck here. Okay, and then I want to go with a class here. The class is going to be nav icon. We can use it in our CSS, and within this I want to use the font awesome icon class, as it is a brand, so FAB, Facebook. The size is going to be 2 times bigger than its actual size. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste it for a couple of times. So Twitter, Instagram. So this should be a Twitter, and I mistook here because it is Twitter, and it is going to be Instagram. Well, let's save it. Yep, so here we go, and the icons are here. So not the icons, the links are here. Now let's move on to the CSS, and first of all start working on this thing. So here I would like to go with the universal selector, and margin is going to be 0, padding is going to be 0, and then box sizing border box. Then I want to go with the body selector, and here within this body selector, let's get the font family from our Google Fonts. So here I'm going to copy this, and I want to paste it here in the body section. I save, and let me close this tab. Okay, we don't need it anymore. Now here, if you guys remember, I had a BG color class for the background of the nav bar. So background color background is going to be red. Let's say go there. So here we go. We have the nav bar with the red background. We need to change this, okay? And this icon or logo. So we have done with this thing. Now we have to change the color, and for this, if you guys remember, I do have a color class here somewhere. Let me check. Let me show you actually. So where is the color class? It is going to be, it should be, hold on, I think I mistook somewhere. Let me check my code. So hold on, okay. Not here. Here, okay. Let's get this color class first, and then this class is going to be, the color of this is going to be white, and then nav icon class. So this nav icon class and FAB, and this one is going to be white, but you know how it has to be the color, okay. And let's save it and let me show you if I'm doing well or not. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so we have this one, and now I just want to go with the padding of the font awesome icons, of these social icons. So for the padding, I just want to have a padding, and this is going to be 5 pixels. Let's save it. Yep, now it's looking nice. If you guys want more, you can add more, but for me it's enough. And then text decoration is going to be none. Right now, let me not use it here. I will have to use it in the next section. So the next section is, or the next code is dot nav icon, or nav icon class, and then I want to use FAB and hover. So when I hover over it, there should be a transition, and this transition is going to be ease in out, and the color for this is going to be black, and then text decoration is going to be none. Let's save it, move on to the browser, and so okay, it's done. We have done with our nav bar. Let me show you something of what we are going to do here. So this is the nav bar logo, and when I click over this hamburger menu, the menu appears. When I click over it, it disappears. It is responsive. We have done with this thing. Now let's move on and start working to this slider section, and this here it is more visible. So go back to the, let me hit nav bar end. Let's save it, and here let's start working on our slider section. So for that, let me move it. This should also be no more. Okay, and here start creating our hero section. So let's get started with the hero section. First of all, I would like to go with the comments, and then we'll start coding and of hero. And you know what I'm thinking? I think that I should I don't know why I'm thinking that at the end we will go with the hero section. First let's complete with, or I think it's not a good idea. Okay, let's move on with the hero section. So for the hero section, first of all, I would like to go with the section element. The ID I want to assign is hero, and then after the division ID I want to assign an ID to this is hero carousel, and I want to assign it a class also. So this class is going to be carousel slide, carousel slide, and then carousel slide, and then carousel feed, data right, and this time it should be, let me bring it in this next line. So carousel and have a class of carousel inner, carousel inner. Okay, first of all I would like to go with a slide, and let's have a comment here, slide 1 end of slide 1. Let me bring it here. I have some room for my code, and now in here in this space, let's go with the division, assigning it a class of carousel item active, and then an image with the source of, I do have an images folder as I have shown you before. Within my folders, it's a subfolder images, and it has images from Pixabay. So hero image, and then I want to use a class here. This class is going to be image fluid to make it or to keep it responsive. Now I want to go with the division, assigning it a class of carousel container, carousel container, and then another division, assigning it a class of carousel content, and that's all. This should be actually carousel content animated fade in up, fade and up. Okay, fade in up, and then I just want to have a heading to, so this should be welcome to, and then span, and within this span, I know it's not a meaningful name, but it's okay, Icewood. And then I just want to go with some dummy text. It is going to be the text of 30 words. and let me bring it here. Okay, this should be here. I'm just breaking it in parts to keep it visible within the screen. And then after this, I want to go with a division, assigning it a class of text center, and then each ref, assigning it a class, and I want to have a button bt and start button, the first word button, and bt and start, and then I want to have some text for the button. So this would be read more, and that's all, right? What I'm going to do next is, let me remove all these extra spaces from here. I just want to copy this and paste it for a couple of times, the same slide. So copy, and let me paste it here and here. Now I just want to change the titles and the images. So the first title is welcome to this, and here the second image is going to be EX1, and here I want to go with some dummy text, lorem ipsum and slide 2, just to show you the difference. And here this one is going to be image 3. I do have X3. If you guys need the code, do let me know. Do let me know in the comments below, and I'll surely provide you the code. And when you ask for the code, just mention your email address also, okay? So I will send you the files on your email address, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And the next thing here I want to change is the title. This title is again going to be lorem ipsum slide 3. I want to be very careful here while writing this code. If I've made any mistake, it is going to take too much time to sort out the mistake if I've made. Now after this, we have done with the 3 slides. Let's go to the browser first. Not this one. Let me check if I've saved. Yep. And here is this one. So we have the image. Okay, you know what? We have made a mistake here. Yep. Not all the classes are going to be, not all the images are going to be active, only the first one. So let me remove the active class from these two. And yep, I want this one to be active or appear on the screen. This is the text we have written. And now we have to, the text is too much. Okay. So the next thing, what I'm going to do is going to create the buttons, the slide buttons. So for that, here in the section, here, let's have some room, and now I want to go with an anchor tag assigning it a class carousel control, and it is previous, then each ref, and the ID I'm going to use hero carousel, carousel. The role of this, let me show you the hero carousel ID, what I'm using here, or I think you guys understand. So this ID, the hero carousel ID, CAROUSEL, I have used here in this link, and the role of this is going to be a button. Then I want to go with the data slide, and here it is going to be previous, then just a minute, I want to go with this span element, assigning it a class of carousel control, previous. Each ref is going to be, I mistook. So it is going to be carousel control previous icon, not this href. So carousel control previous icon, and area hidden. So area hidden is true. Now I want to go with the font awesome icon, FASFA caret left, and then after here I want to go with another span element, assigning it a class of screen only, and previous. That's all. Now what we are going to do, I'm just going to copy this. I want to paste it here. In place of previous or prev, let's write next. Here. So it should be next, and there it should be next. Let me keep it in the middle of the screen here. And the icon in place of this left, it should be RIGHT, right. Now we have to go with the ordered list, assigning it a class, and it is going to be carousel indicators, and the ID I want to assign it is hero carousel indicators, hero carousel indicators, and ordered list is close. But there is a mistake somewhere, it seems to me that I mistook somewhere. let's check. Okay, let's save it, and I think, let me check. Yeah. Okay. So we do have the indicators and they are working, but now we have to work on the style. We have to style this to make it better and to give it some good look. It is looking good, but not as I want it to be. So for that, let's go to the style sheet, and here, end of hero section already, and let me remove it. But let's say no, hero section. Yep, no, end of hero section. So the indicators are working, and when I click, the images, but things are not organized or looking good as they are here. So for this, let's start writing the styling our hero section. First of all, I would like to go with the hero ID, and the width for this is going to be 100%, and then the height for this is going to be 80 view height, and overflow is hidden. Then position relative, padding 0. Let me bring it here. With 100%, height 80, 80 view height, overflow hidden, and overflow hidden. And then what happened next? Position is relative, padding is 0. Let's see. Okay. We have to work. Let's work on this thing. So the images are looking better. Before it was almost the height of the image was 100%, but now it's not. So indicators are working. Now we have to go with the hero and a class of carousel. Then again, ID of hero and a carousel inner class, and then hero and carousel item class, carousel item, and then let me have hero and carousel item before pseudo class, before, and the background for this background size is going to be cover, background position, center, and then background repeat, no repetition, so no repeat. And stroke here, background repeat, no repeat, and position absolute, top 0, right 0, bottom, left 0, and bottom is going to be 0. Let's see, save and let's see. Okay, so now it is looking better. Let's have a glass of water and let's back to, let me drink the glass of water, please. Okay, so the next thing is let's bring it here. Okay, again hero, then carousel container, so it would be carousel container, hero carousel container, and display flex, align items center, flex and justify content center, and justify content center. Position is going to be absolute, position is absolute, and bottom is 60 pixels, top is 110 pixels, left is going to be 50 pixels, right is going to be 50 pixels. Let's bring it, save it. Okay, so we have a text here upon our screen that we need to work. And now here in the next section, we have to work with the hero content, carousel content. So for this hero carousel content is going to be where the background is going to be RGBA in 243, and then 2150.4 opacity. Okay, let's save it. Yep, so the text and slider 2, and okay, so it is more visible. Hold on. Yep, not here, but here. Okay, now we have to go with the, we have done with the RGBs. Now we have to work with the padding. So the padding is going to be 20 pixels, and the text color is going to be white, and here I want to go with animation duration. Animation duration is going to be 0.5 seconds, and then border top, it would be 5 pixel solid black. Okay, so let me change the image. So where it is, here we go. We have the text and the things we have. Now the things, the text and the overlay, image overlay kind of. Okay. Now the next thing what we are going to do is heading 2. So for that, let me bring it here. And let's say hero carousel content heading 2, where the color is going to be white, margin bottom is going to be 30 pixels, font size 28 pixels, and then font weight, this is going to be bold. Let's save it, let's check. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so this is with the H2. Now what's next? Heading to whiteboard. Now the next is the button and BDN start. So for this, hero dot BDN start, the start button, and for this the font weight WEIGHTEI font weight here for the button is going to be bold, and font size could be 16 pixels. Letter spacing 1 pixel, and then display inline block, padding 12 pixels and 32 pixels, top and bottom, left and right. Let's go. Okay, cannot see, not visible yet, but let's work. Let's do some other kind of styles, then we will see this. And then let's go with the border radius. So border radius is going to be 4 pixels. Transition is going to be border radius, and transition is going to be 0.5 seconds. Line height 1, margin 10 pixels, color is going to be white, and then animation delay 0.8 seconds, border 2 pixel, solid black. Okay, so here we have the button, but it's not complete. We are still working and we have almost done. Now let's move on, and let me bring it here and in this part. So hero BDN start and BDN start hover. Actually, BDN start hover, the background is going to be CF0303, and the color for this is going to be white. And then text decoration is none. Let's move on. So not easy to see here, but here it's okay. So when I hover over it, the background color is changed, the text is white. Okay, now the next thing is carousel inner item. So for that, hero carousel inner item, not item, sorry, inner, and then carousel item, two different classes, inner class and the item class. Transition here I'm going to use transition property, and the transition property for this is opacity. And then after this, hero carousel inner and transition property is done. Now we have to select hero carousel inner and active class, then active hero carousel inner, I'm sorry, I just mixed up here, hero carousel inner, hold on, okay, I just need to check something here or whatever. Hero carousel inner, then it is going to be a moment, please. I just want to make sure that I don't make any kind of mistake here. So carousel item, and here I just want to go with the transition hero carousel inner carousel item. I'm so sorry, let me clean my glasses. My apologies for the mistake. I'm just repeating the mistake, but just a minute, okay? Okay, yep, let me remove this code block. Okay, so the carousel item, and then I want to go with the hero ID, and then carousel inner item carousel inner, and now I have to use the active class. So active, and then carousel item and carousel item left, and then hero carousel inner an active class, and again hero carousel hero carousel inner, active class, hero carousel inner, hero carousel inner, active, and I am making mistake, my apologies. Active carousel item left, and then hero carousel inner, and active carousel item right. I have to go with active carousel. Let me copy this one to avoid the mistakes. Okay, and in place of this left, it is going to be right. So here it is going to be the opacity, and the opacity is going to be 1, and the transition for this is going to be 0.5 seconds. Ooh, it's too hard to write this part. Actually, when I was doing it for the first time, it was very interesting, but now I'm repeating it, so it is just a bit bored. Let's go back to the browser, and I don't know if I've saved it or not. Yep, I've saved it. So yeah, it's working, but I have a bit doubt here. Let me clear my doubt. Let me check it. Okay, if I'm working, how does it work? Let me have a space here for this thing, and then okay. Now the next thing we have to do, or we have to go with, is inner, hero carousel inner, and here let's have a hero carousel inner, and then carousel item next, and then again hero carousel inner, and carousel item previous, so prev, and then we have to go with the hero carousel inner, and active carousel item left, and then hero carousel inner, and then item right, so active active carousel item right, and here let's start writing code. The left is going to be 0, and translate 3D, and 0, 0, 0. Let me bring it here, save it. Okay, we need to work, and then we have to go with the hero So you know what? Okay, let me work on this. Carousel control previous, where is that? I haven't mentioned this class, so hero carousel control prev or previous, and then hero carousel control next. I have to use IntelliSense. Control next. The width is going to be 10%. And then again, then I have to go with the hero carousel control next icon, and then hero carousel control previous icon. In the background, GROU and the background is going to be none. Font size is going to be 48 pixels. Line height, okay, line height is going to be 1. And the width for this is going to be auto. Height is also going to be auto. Okay, so it is visible here. Okay, so you guys can see. Let me change. Okay, so now the style of these indicators or the buttons are a bit change. Not a bit, but change. Now we have to previous icons, and we have to work with indicators. And for that, let's have a hero carousel indicators list item li, and cursor is going to be pointer. Let's see. Okay, so you guys will see the difference just a moment. Okay, okay, so we have a cursor, pointer, or the indicators. Now you know what we have to do? We have to use some media queries. So for that, let's say add media, and minimum width is going to be 1024 pixels, and here the hero dot carousel content, the width for this is going to be 60%. So 60%. Okay. So before it was like it just spread over the page, but now the width of this is 60%. I hope it is visible to you guys. Let me favorite. Okay, so notice this. Now we have to do something else. And what is that something else? We have to use the, hold on, hero carousel control, hero carousel control, and previous, and then it is going to be prev and hero carousel control next. The width of this is going to be 5%. You guys should change the color of these indicators, okay? So, okay. And the next thing, what I want is carousel control. Now, and other media screens. So here, add media, and the max width, max width is going to be 992 pixel, and here it is hero height calc function. I've used this calc function in some of my previous projects. If you don't know about it, please watch the previous project. I think the restaurant project. I've created a website for a restaurant, so you can see this one over there. I have explained it over there, okay? And then after this, minus 70 pixel, and then again here, hero, not this, hero carousel content heading 2, margin bottom is going to be 15 pixels, and the font size is 22 pixels, and then again hero carousel content paragraph. So paragraph for this is going to be font size 15 pixels, and then at the end, add media max height 500 pixels, and here we go, hero height is going to be 100 view height, and that's all. This was the most lengthy part of this page. Let's move on to the browser and see that it is looking nice. So search slide 2, slide 3. You guys can see it is. My images are not so clear. I tried to find some images like this, but I don't know, I didn't have time or what was the problem, but I found these images only, so you guys can see that. Okay, So when we are going to work on other things, it is going to look nice and better. I hope that until now you have got the point and you like it. So let's move on to this next section, about section, and let me check that how much time does it took. Let me check. Okay, so after a break, I think we will continue to create. We'll continue to create this section. So I'll see you after a break. Okay. Or could be the break. After the break, I'm going to create another part, the second part, and you guys can find it from the second part. I'm going to link the second part within this I button or iCard. So don't forget to watch this one, okay? I'll see you in the second part of the break.